Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. POR Products, high-performance rust preventative coating. Liberation Automation, American-made, veteran-owned, performance-inspired. And by Life with Outdoors. We have everything you need for a life with outdoors. Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
Hey there, Motorheads. We have told you about the Magic Creeper, and we've extolled its virtues throughout the season. If you're a professional racer, I'm going to get to you. Of course, you know, at home, there's tons of uses for the Magic Creeper. You can get under the sink in a jiff and do it a lot easier than you would otherwise. You can use it as a kneeling pad if you're gardening, if you're doing hardwood floors. And of course, if you work on your car in your garage, you can use the Magic Creeper to get underneath. And if you're working out in the yard, it's especially handy because the Magic Creeper moves over rocks and roots and things a regular creeper would not do. If you are a professional mechanic, the Magic Creeper comes in handy because you can triage cars and other vehicles out in the parking lot to see what the problem is, and if you want to bring it in right away. If you're out of lift space too, you can use the Magic Creeper, and it certainly comes in handy and helps out your back, makes it easier for you to get under the vehicle. If you are a racer, you're going to love the Magic Creeper. Take it with you to the pits because invariably, if you're racing a bracket car like this, you know that the pros are pitted somewhere in the nice paved area. They're living in the lap of luxury, and you are relegated to a grass area probably. If you're lucky enough to have a snap-together floor, that's great, but you can still use the Creeper to get under your race car. And in most cases, you know, you'll be in the grass someplace. It can rain, so you might be in kind of a marshy area. You can use the Magic Creeper because it gets wet and it gets muddy, and you will not. Plus, you get the extra ground clearance you wouldn't get from a regular Creeper, but you know, who cares? A regular Creeper wouldn't work there anyway. If you are in the grass, of course, if you're in Seattle or someplace like that, you know you're in the forest and there's lots of tree roots everywhere. Sometimes you're even in the gravel. Well, that's nice because it's not muddy, but it's still hard to maneuver a regular Creeper around, so the Magic Creeper is for you. So whether you are a homeowner, an amateur mechanic, a pro mechanic, or a racer, check out the Magic Creeper. You are going to want the authentic Magic Creeper. You can check it out at magiccreeper.com. Welcome to Tribotex 101. Now, we've learned all about Tribotex and what it can do for our motorcycle and for our car and for our lawnmower and that sort of thing. But what about older cars? I really want to be careful with my old Camaro, and I'm careful about what I put in it. So is Tribotex safe for that?
Classic and vintage cars was made when the level of tolerances was much broader. And also, when somebody rebuilt the car, they piece it from different components made for different plans, maybe different cars that worn out at a different rate.
And different manufacturers sometimes make
different manufacturers or new parts get added to it. When you add Tribotex, the tolerances heal itself due to level that builds up with the friction. So the engines get tighter, and you will get a classic car that sounds just like after a break-in period.
Now, in a car engine, what kind of tolerances are we talking about?
The typical wear limit on the cars is 5 to 7,000. Right? When we build 5,000s or 7,000 on the part that is out of the spec and already making noise, we can bring in spec again, and it will just be quiet and sounds smooth.
So as that metal wears away inside the engine, it wears away a few thousands, and you guys can actually build that back and repair the engine?
We not build back metal, we replace it with the ceramic porous coating that is superior to the prior metal, and the car will still stay intact and look intact and sound better, and even last longer than what manufacturer initially hoped for.
With a classic car, how often do I need to add Tribotex?
It doesn't matter if it's a classic car or a new car, you add it when you hear the noise in your car, and it will last up to 40,000 miles or about 100 hours for the machines that you don't measure in miles.
And again, anybody with a classic car is worried about safety. Is this safe to use in my vehicle? Because this is my precious heirloom that's been handed down by my great-grandfather. Can I use it in a classic car and not worry?
Our applications range from the military equipment from small engines, large engines, wind turbine. Classic cars will be safe.
Well, if you can use it in an industrial windmill and you use it in a jet or a tank, you can certainly use it in your car. Check them out on the web at tribotex.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed all the products you've seen on this week's show. And if you have a company and a product you'd like to see on our show, please email Jeff at masterstv.com. From our entire crew here in our studio at Borla, we will see you next time on Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. So long. Good clap. No.
Oh, is there more words?
Ready?
Somebody give me a thesaurus.
That's right. No, those are extinct. Oh, thesaurus. Right, here you go. Sorry.